Some of the content in this podcast does not belong to me and is displayed for entertainment purposes only. Step to the throne.
The Goldie Gossip Podcast. Step to the throne. Step to the throne.
To the grave, to the grave. 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 That's right, to the grave. Shout out to my light skinned hoes. We don't fuck around with no light skinned hoes. I like my black girls blacker than night. I like my white girls whiter than white. Ain't no in between, I ain't separately. And if they want to, I can stay for the night. A canary and a crow, locked in a cage. I'm a knuckle up cause I'm on my rage. Time's up, I got to engage. Light skinned niggas is the king of the cage. Nowadays they black in the west snipes type. I don't believe the hype. Light skin, green eyes, big frog. But I ain't stuck cause I keep it on the low. Give me a minute to turn the page. I'm a some nigga just on the beige rays like Luda. On a beige rays, Sinbad. On a beige rays, Ice-T. On a beige rays, Will Smith. On a beige rays, Prince. On a beige rays, my nigga T.I. On a beige rays, Barack Obama. On a beige rays, and Chris Brown. On a beige rays, light skinned niggas getting paid. I be a light skinned nigga all the way to the grave. To the grave. To the grave. To the grave. When I go to get a job, I put on my light skin.
Welcome, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen, to the Goldie Gossip Podcast, number 107.
I'm like, whatchamacallit?
Yep. Welcome, kings and queens. Let's get into the show, but first, let's do the flip.
Tracks throw it up and it's going insane, huh? Well, it's one of these times, this one of these rhymes, man.
And there's the flip. All right, guys. Let's get right into some Facebook shout outs. That's right. Facebook shout outs. We haven't did that in a while, so let's get right into it. Turn on my light here. All right, guys. Let's give Facebook shout outs to Tina Bashers. Shout out, baby girl. Tracy Red. Marshall E. Allen. Get well, buddy. I know you've been having some medical problems, but you my dog. And we gonna ride till the wheels fall off. That's right, guys. We gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. All right, Marshall. We got Kathy Peterson. Shout out to Kathy Peterson. Shout out to Mondo Cordova and the entire Cordova family. Shout out, Mondo. You my dog. We got Gina Wilson. We have Charles C. Dub White from the Hip Hop Directory down in LA. Shout out Dub. Lauren Biggs. Anita Strickland Reams. Robert T. Payne III. That's my dog out of Detroit. Big Red Ramsey. Paula Taylor. Shout out, Paula. Love you, baby girl. Donna and G. Ma Kelly out of Detroit. These are my relatives, my in-laws in Detroit. Shout out, peeps. Crystal Bullock, Love Jones, Elizabeth Neal out of Detroit. Not a relative, but nevertheless, my dog. Brittina Lachus. Shout out to Brittina Lachus. Paula Queen Goddess Neal. Shout out to you, baby girl. And last but not least, we have Shanice Jackson. Those are our Facebook shout outs. And if I don't get you and you want to be added to the list, all you got to do is, just make a request on the comments or on my page, and I will be glad to do that. Now, coming up next, let's get into some Goldie Gossip. That's right. Let's get into some Goldie Gossip. What I want to talk about, guys, is keeping it real. Now, I know you guys are saying, Goldie, what the hell are you talking about? Keeping it real. We all keeping it real. Well, I'm talking about my debate between Black Panther and Get On Up by James Brown. Now, here's my deal, guys. All my black people, they went crazy. It was a nationwide phenomenon when my boy Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, was Black Panther. And when Black Panther came out, boy, everybody was like, Wakanda forever. They're like, Wakanda forever. I even got my Wakanda outfit, but I didn't put it on. But my point is, all my black people is rallying around, Black Panther and Wakanda. There's no such thing as Black Panther. There's no such thing as Wakanda. This is a Marvel character created by Stan Lee. Rest in peace, Stan Lee. This ain't no shade on you. And Steve Ditko, who did the drawings. Guys, you guys are rallying around a fictional character. A fictional character that was created by a Caucasian man. Now, that's no shade on being Caucasian, but I'm just saying you're misguided. Everybody's rallying around Chadwick Boseman for being Black Panther. But what about when he portrayed James Brown in Get On Up? I'm going to say some more after this, but right now, let me show you the clip, a short clip of Chadwick Boseman as James Brown, and I'm going to tell you what I feel after the clip. Check it out.
I need to speak with James.
He's resting, pal.
Gertrude, it's important.
Yeah, if you insist. Here we go. Mr. Brown will see you now, Mr. Brown. Gertrude. Yes, Mr. Brown. Didn't I say I didn't want to be disturbed? It's gonna cost you 20. It better be real good. Oh, it's real, Mr. Brown.
James, I just spoke with the producers. They want the Rolling Stones to close the show.
Huh?
Rolling Stones, James. It'll be you and Rolling Stones at the top of the bill.
Rolling Stone, huh? Now, why in the world are we here, Bobby?
You came to play, James. You're here because they want you here, James. You're James Brown. I want you here. Because this ain't the Chitlin circuit. We're done with that shit. You got an audience full of white faces out there. You're gonna make them love you. You're gonna slay them. You're just not closing the show.
Rolling Stone, huh?
James, don't start. Please. I mean, let it go.
This don't matter, James.
Rolling Stone. We got to go good. Rolling Stone, they never had a hit record here. Matter of fact, They ain't never played in America, have they?
Who cares? They're just kids. In a year, nobody's gonna know who they are. They're instant has-beens.
Rolling Stone.
It's just business, James.
When I hit that stage, you people better be ready. Especially the white folks.
Yes, sir, Mr. Brown.
And border to border, like planes. The planes are right here tonight.
That's right, James. Now that's a real American hero. So that was a clip, guys, of Chadwick Boseman as James Brown. And if you ask me, I really think that that's what he should have got the award for. I know that Black Panther did good at the box office, but nevertheless, it was a fictional character, and I wanted my black people to rally around Chadwick Boseman as James Brown. James Brown is a real icon. He's a real living person as opposed to Black Panther. He's a black person as opposed to Black Panther. So I'm just saying, peeps, if you're keeping it real, Wakanda is not real, and James Brown is. Now, let's get right into some unbelievable facts. That's right, guys. This time, we're gonna talk about hummingbirds. That's right. Hummingbirds. It's a remarkable animal, and right now, I'm gonna show you a little clip about hummingbirds, and we'll talk about it on the back end. Kick it.
These are the Sky Islands, part tropical, part temperate. The Sky Islands are the closest thing to paradise in North America. In fact, it's one of the most diverse ecosystems on Earth, second only to Brazil's rainforest, because it's where two mountain ranges and two deserts merge. And every fall, all eyes are on one tiny pollinator. That's when thousands of hummingbirds swoop in for a little R&R along their migratory route. From Alaska to as far south as Mexico. That's at least 2,700 miles. But why stop here? Because it's a nectar buffet like no place else.
They find very few sources for food, so feeding hummingbirds is something that helps them tremendously on their journey.
And hummers remember every single flower patch and feeder visited during their lifetime. Thanks to their amazing brains, they count for nearly 5% of their body weight. Proportionally, that's twice the size of the human brain. At 3.8 grams, some hummingbirds weigh less than a penny. And babies? They're the size of a coffee bean. But what they lack in size, they make up for in skill. They're the only birds that can fly backwards and even upside down. And forget birds of a feather flocking together. Hummingbirds fly solo. In groups, they'd be easy prey. Alone, they stay under predators' radars. And here's a pro tip for you. Mornings and evenings are prime gorging times for hummers.
A lot of places you might see 1 or 2 hummingbirds that come to your little household feeder. Here, if you sit out on a patio, you might see 20 or 30 in the same 2-hour period.
Which is exactly why the Southeast Arizona Bird Observatory sets up shop here every fall to band the birds, to track and monitor their population and migratory patterns.
Verizon and AT&T announced.
So that was a clip, guys, of hummingbirds. They're remarkable animals. The thing that amazes me the most is they could be as small as a penny. Most of them are about the size of your thumb. And these remarkable little, first of all, they're the smallest birds in the animal kingdom. Hummingbirds is the smallest animals in the animal kingdom. And the thing about them is they can hover like a helicopter. They can hover left, they can hover right, they can hover up, they can hover down, they can fly forward, they can fly backwards, they can fly from side to side. And you know what? They can even fly backwards. Hummingbirds can fly backwards. No other bird can do that. It's like a helicopter. And the reason why they can do that, they didn't say that on the clip, but I know, and I'm gonna show you. Regular birds flap like this. They flap their wings like this to get the wind up under them. But hummingbirds do this. You see this? It's a figure 8. It's a figure 8 like this. Hummingbirds' wings don't flap like this. They flap in a figure 8 motion, but they do it many times per millisecond. And that's why when you hear a hummingbird, if you be quiet and you listen, it sounds like. Well, that sound is coming from their wings is because they're flapping their wings so fast that it creates that sound, and it gives them that figure 8 flight, enables them to hover left, right, up, down, whatever they want to do. And that is an unbelievable fact about hummingbirds. That's right, guys. Now, I'm going to talk about something else. I dropped my pad. Hold up. Okay, guys. I want to talk about some more Goldie Gossip. I want to talk about the majority of things that I remember throughout my whole life. I'm talking about important things that most people forget. I'm going to run down the list and then we're going to close it out. I remember my first day of elementary school. I remember my best Christmas. I remember the assassination of J.F. Kennedy, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. I remember the assassination of Martin Luther King. I remember the assassination of Robert Kennedy, John Fitzgerald's brother. I remember meeting David Ruffin, and I remember his death. I remember, and I even did a podcast on it, when I met Paul Williams of the Temptations, and I remember his death. I remember meeting Muhammad Ali twice, once in Detroit and once in California. I remember my first day in Los Angeles. 1979, I got off the Greyhound bus, and it was amazing. I remember my mom's funeral. I remember my best friend Pumpkin's funeral in Detroit. It was horrible. I remember the love of my life, Marva Blake. I will never forget her death. Rest in peace, baby girl. My sister, Francine Scott, rest in peace. When she died, it killed me. The day Nancy and me got this place, I will always remember the day that we were lucky enough and blessed enough to find this place to be off the street and have a decent place to live. I will always remember this throne. Let me show you to it right here. I will always remember this throne because I never thought that I would be able to have a throne, and I do. Seeing myself on TV. I never thought I would live to see the day to see myself on TV, but because of YouTube, I can watch myself all day long on TV, and that's wonderful. I remember skipping church and going to the Detroit Mounted Police Station to feed horses. I was supposed to be in church. My mama gave me money, for the tithes. And me and my friend David skipped church and went over to the Detroit Mounted Police so that we could feed the horses. I will always remember that. The day that I got kicked out of Soul Train, the day that Don Cornelius didn't invite me back, I will always remember that. My first time on a movie set, I'll never forget that. I will never forget going to the show as a kid and seeing The Exorcist. My God, it scared the hell out of me, The Exorcist. My first singing group was called the Sight Tours. In Detroit, I was young. Me, Calvin, and Jeffrey Porter. My first singing group, I'll never forget that. And last but not least, my lunch money from the 3rd grade. That's right. I still remember my lunch money from the 3rd grade. It was a quarter, a dime, and 2 pennies. That's right. Hey guys, that's it for me. I'm gonna put this together and load it up tomorrow. Thank you for rocking with me. I'm gonna close it out with yet another Goldie Himalaya video. Good night, peeps. See you next podcast. Oh, before I go, I always wanted to give you a word of advice. We rise by lifting others. I'm going to put that forward. We rise by lifting others. If you want to rise up, lift somebody else up, and I guarantee you, your life will be better. Good night, peeps. That's it. I'm out.
Your immigration